Hello, Insiders. I'm Renee Ritchie, your creator liaison, and today I am talking with Jennifer Flannery O'Connor. Jennifer, what do you do at YouTube?
I am the VP of Product Management for Trust and Safety at YouTube.
We just put up a blog post detailing a new initiative around policy, warnings, community guidelines. What is it and why?
At YouTube, we've always had community guidelines, which roughly outline what are the rules of the road for uploading content to YouTube. And we've always had what we call a strike system in place, which says if you violate our rules more than 3 times within 90 days, you're no longer going to be able to have a channel on YouTube. But the changes that we recently announced are a way to help teach creators more about what our policies actually are. In the new system, you would get a warning that you violated our policies and an option to take a training course. If you decided to take that training course, you would get a bunch of questions that were specific to the general area of our policy that you violated to try to teach you about where the line is or is not. And also, if you don't violate that policy again in the next 90 days, that warning would be completely wiped off your record.
So just to be clear, though, this update is about how the system works, right? We're not making changes to what is enforced on the platform?
Exactly. Our community guidelines themselves are not changing at all. And we still do feel it's important to have 3 strikes and you're out, meaning 3 strikes and you lose your channel, because creators who routinely violate our policies sort of make the community worse for everyone.
So could you walk us through exactly maybe what the differences are between the warnings as they were and what they're going to be going forward?
We actually introduced this concept of a warning a few years ago when we made some other updates to our strike system with the premise that, most creators are good and they actually want to comply with our policies if they knew. And so we're going to give them an extra chance. But in the old world, we just gave you that extra chance, the warning. We didn't actually give you any means other than if you wanted to dig through our very dense help center to understand, well, what are YouTube's policies and what did I do wrong? And when we launched that new system, we looked at the data, and actually what we saw is that 80% of creators who get a warning actually never go on to even get a first strike. And so that sort of underscores what I was saying before about, most creators are good and want to play by the rules. And so it's good for creators and it's good for YouTube and it's good for YouTube's viewers if people do know our rules and can comply with them. And so the thinking with this latest launch was, if with the warning, we actually could also provide a training to creators, they would learn more about what our policies were. And then, if they express to us that they really want to learn and comply in good faith, we should also give them an extra chance.
I love that because, speaking as a creator, we often don't look at something until we absolutely have to. And it's much better, I think, to learn about it in this kind of environment.
Let's say you're a creator and you upload a video that you didn't think violated one of YouTube's policies, but it does. In today's system and in the new system, the content would be removed. In today's system and in the new system, you would get a warning on your channel. The new thing is that now you will have an opportunity also to take a training. And the benefit to you of taking that training is you'll learn about what exactly was that thing that you did wrong that maybe you didn't know was against YouTube's rules. And also, if you don't violate that policy again in the next 90 days, the warning gets wiped from your record. So you have an opportunity to actually have a clean record.
Is this for creators who receive a warning going forward? Will this be available to all creators who maybe received a warning in the past?
It's actually available to both. So if you receive a warning on a go-forward basis, you have an opportunity to take a training. If you got a warning in the past and it's just sitting there on your channel, giving you anxiety, you now can take a training and have that warning get wiped away.
So just to be clear, it's not a warning for the entire totality of YouTube policies, it's per category now?
That's right. So not only do you get this extra chance, but we're going to try to teach you a little bit about what was the policy that you violated. And that's to help you avoid crossing that same line again. And then let's say you violate a policy in a different vertical, maybe because you didn't understand those guidelines. You again get an opportunity to take a training. And if you take that training, and have a clean record for 90 days, again, that warning would go away.
And what happens if you do? If you do violate that same policy?
Yeah. So let's say maybe you violate our harassment policies and you take a training, and then 30 days later, you violate our harassment policies again, you're going to get a strike. Your first strike.
I'm an optimist. I also believe that creators really want to do the right thing. And you said, 80% of creators don't really intend to offend. So why do we need to do this at all?
Our policies are not a static thing. Our policies need to evolve with the way risks in the world evolve. And so we try to update our policies to make sure that we're keeping our community safe. That's not always reasonable.
Yeah.
to expect creators to keep up with all of the internal updates that we're making to our policies. A lot of creators have actually given us feedback that despite the fact that they don't reoffend, they sort of live in fear of reoffending. And we don't want to stifle creativity. You know, we want creators to be able to express their creativity within the boundaries of our rules. But if they don't know what our rules are, which I would have a hard time what our rules were unless, you know, somebody taught me them, it's difficult for them to know how to do that. So we think there's real value in giving people an opportunity to learn so that they don't have to live in fear.
I think it's also important to know whether creators who have previously been removed from YouTube could use this as a path to getting back on the platform.
Unfortunately, no. If you violated our policies 3 times and your channel was terminated, this is not going to provide you a path back to YouTube.
So is this all available immediately, or is this going to be rolling out over time?
This will be rolling out over the next several weeks.
Jennifer, thank you so much. This is such an important update for creators. And thank you, insiders, for watching. As always, leave your comments right below the like button and keep it real.